tucked under their arms and stuff like that. I'd never seen anything like it. And Margaret Thatcher got up on stage at 3 o'clock, bang on time, the first alarm clock went off. And she carried on talking. Then at 2 minutes past, the second alarm clock went off. And at 4 minutes past, the third alarm clock went off, and everyone turned and looked at me. Now you can imagine if I did that today, I'd just be shot on the spot. My rebellion was very, very insipid by today's rebellion, but I had a lot of fun. This next song was written when I was making a movie called Quadrophenia. It's kind of, this song is instrumental in me getting my first record deal, because while we were doing Quadrophenia, I had to put on a performance to a record company called Safari Records. At lunchtime, I had to leave the set, do this performance, go back. So I left the set of Quadrophenia that morning, not being a signed artist, did the show, came back and was able to tell Sting, who was in Quadrophenia, that I was a signed artist by 2 in the afternoon. And it was this song that kind of clinched the deal, and when it came out, it was #1 in the first indie chart for 12 months, and it's called Bird in Flight.
To smell the air, to feel he's free, he does not really need to see. To this unhappy child, he's a no-no. No, he cannot see. Talk about water, talk about fire, it bites. Talk about birds, they're wild and free. They're everything he dreams to be. Everything his eye can see. No, oh you're a no-no. No, you'll never see water, animal slaughter, never see daylight, never see fire. Alone in the dark, his mind sets him free. He will call
you guys have been standing on your feet for 2 hours, so I don't want to talk too much. But the thing is, in my line of work, I get to do the weirdest things. And in 1994, I was asked to do one of the last concerts ever at the RAF base in Belize. So I was... Is everyone okay? A lot of talking going on. We can just play music if you want. You all right? So, we're flown over to Belize, and then I got there, and these are people I'd only just met, and I was flown into the rainforest in a helicopter on my own with two kind of general types that I'd literally just known for a couple of hours. And the helicopter landed in a clearing in the rainforest, and they asked me to leave the helicopter and just go and stand in the clearing and keep perfectly still, and whatever I do, not to run. So, here I am in a country I've never been in before, and I go and stand in the clearing, and after about 5 minutes, the ground started to move around me. And out of the ground came these very young men, and it was the Glaswegian Battalion of the SAS, who'd been in training for 5 days and 5 nights. They'd been underground with no food and only water. So they were coming out under the ground, and the reason I was there is they wanted to see, the top bods wanted to see how these boys would react when they saw someone they knew in a country they knew that person shouldn't be in. So these guys kind of came out of the ground, and they were terribly sweet. They were absolutely adorable, and I was absolutely bricking it. And one of them turned to me and he said, "Are you Toyah Wilcox?" And the guys wanted to see how these boys would react if they believed they were hallucinating. And they kind of passed the test. They were fantastic. So I hung around, I had my picture taken with them, was flown back to base, and then that night we did the concert. And I'm telling you, those boys were allowed to behave badly. I think I've never played to so many naked men in my life. So lots and lots of fun. But anyway, I'm going to kind of move on quickly, because this next song is off The Crimson Queen, which is an album I had out 5 years ago. And this song was written for the Paralympics. Now, when you write a song, you want it to be the best song in the world, and you want this song to have the best life in the world. But it doesn't mean that you hold on to it and you restrict anything from happening with it. You know, it's a mystery. Who would ever guess that that would be a huge song? Well, this song was sent off to the Paralympics, and I never heard a thing back. But then, Christmas Day, about 2 years ago, turned the telly on and saw this. Now, you've got to bear in mind, this song on this advert was written to celebrate the diversity of everyone, that everyone born on this planet is beautiful. Beauty is not a manufactured thing, and we're all miraculous. So it shows that you've just got to let go of the creative force. I turned the telly on and saw this.
Look at me back then. So much has changed. My weight's been up and down. And if there's anything I'd like to get back, it's my confidence. Because I felt I really lost that. So I joined Weight Watchers. And here I am. I lost the weight I wanted to lose.
So there you go. A song written about the diversity of human nature became the title track for the Weight Watchers campaign. Now, I'm not knocking it, because that song is actually paid for my last 2 albums to be made, so I'm not knocking it at all. And I'm permanently dieting. But it's just ironic that when you write something, and it is like giving birth to a baby, and you want it, you have expectations for a song, and it just ends up where you just could not guess. But we go full circle, and that paid for me to make the Humans album, and the next album I'm about to do is Simon Darlow, so thank you, Weight Watchers. I will get fat for you. This is that song, it's called Sensational. Don't cry, you'll be fine, we're gonna fly. We are invincible. Hey little starlight, hey little sun, hey little girl, come rock and roll. Hey little starlight, burning bright, God made you to light the night. We are invincible. We are. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational.
run. Hey, little dreamer, on the run. Come with us, we're on the run. We are invincible. We are. Hey, little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey, little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. Can we stop? Don't let them steal the sun. We are invincible. We are healing star. Look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey, little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. Hey, little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey, little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. You're sensational. You're sensational. You're sensational.
Thank you. I'm very much a space cadet. I mean, everything I wrote in the 80s was about space travel, otherworldliness and all that kind of stuff. So you'll get used to that tonight because I'm always referring to not being on the planet, which is pretty inevitable anyway. So, but this next song went to 14 in 1981 and it's called Good Morning Universe.
It's a jungle, hopelessly low, that I don't need. I'm crashing to move in outer space, for all the I gotta find you in my chariot. I wanna
last weekend was monumental, especially in Ireland. I have a history of working in Northern Ireland and in Southern Ireland, and in 1981 only 2 artists went to Northern Ireland, went to Belfast to play. That was myself and Chrissie Hynde. And last weekend, when Southern Ireland voted